1 2 1 2 1 2. What's the deal, y'all? This is Ghostface, and y'all watching Montreality. Y'all know what it is. One. What type of student was I in the classroom? I would say just one of the regular kids that was in the class around that time. You know, funny dude, laughing. You know what I mean? Probably not paying that much attention. You know, things of that nature. Like a regular kid. You know what I mean? I wasn't no class clown and shit. I had one job. First I was like, my early years, you know, I used to sell newspapers. Like, you know, we go to the news, go to this, they wait for the truck to drop the papers off. We'd take the papers and go to people's door to door, we go sell them. And then from that I went to, bagging groceries at the supermarket, you know what I mean? Back then you bag the groceries, the people would give you like a little quarter, you know what I mean, 75 cents. Then after that, I went to, had one summer youth job for the summer job, you know what I mean? That was cleaning like a bunch of leaves and stuff like that. It was a summer youth, you know what I mean? Everybody had some, you know, so I had to, me and a bunch of other people was like clean a bunch of land off, and then they built some shit on it, you know what I mean? Then after that was like 1 year of that shit, and then it was on after that, you know what I mean? Started hustling, then, and you know, from hustling came into what I'm doing now. The key to success. First, I always say put God first. You know what I mean? I'm very spiritual now. I'm a Muslim, and it's like I say, God is the reason why of everything that I do, and I believe what everybody does. You know what I mean? Because He's the one that guides us to those paths. You can go off track, you know what I mean, and fuck up and, you know, do some other shit, but for the most part, you know what I mean, He's the reason why we here. So I say, through the powers that's invested in Him, you know what I mean, if you try to walk a straight path, He's gonna bring you there, you know what I mean? God helps those who helps themselves. I like reading books that mean something to me, you know what I mean? I don't really like reading just a book, oh, yo, read that book. Nah, like something that has to really catch my attention where I like to read it, you know what I mean? You know, like I love reading stuff about the Prophet Muhammad and Jesus, and you know what I mean, like those kind of books, and you know, Quran, and you know things that interest me, that's gonna make me see like a whole different light. You know, what people don't know about me is that, you know, I'm one of those people that I'm here but I'm not here. You know what I mean? You see me, but my mind be, it's gone. You know what I mean? I'm on another planet, somewhere else. It's like I think further than what other people I'm not the usual thinker of how people think. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people don't really know about the kid. I'm not sure, because it depends on where I want to go with it. You know what I mean? It's like, when I do a lot of my songs, they're like movies. You know what I mean? So I could get very descriptive, but I don't know what book I would go to or go write. You know, it could be street, it could be spiritual, it could be about myself, it could be about this, you know what I mean? A glass of water. It's like whatever you want to go for, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't really know the name really off top, you know what I mean? Because then I would just be picking a subject and, you know, it's not there right now. Previous lifetime, I don't think I was here in the previous lifetime. I mean, if I was gonna say somewhere in the previous lifetime, because I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? I believe we all come when we come, and we in and we out, and that's that. Y'all don't believe in reincarnation. But if I was to say where I was at, I was probably somewhere in my great-grandparents swimming around. You know what I mean? In they nutsack somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, because you know it all gets passed on, so, and that's it. The favorite cartoon now or back then? Back then, I like the Tom and Jerry. They didn't speak though, they didn't talk. They were just a cat and mouse team that was just ridiculous. That's like one of my favorite shows, come home from school watching them and stuff like that. And you know, Tom and Jerry always been my favorite back then. Back in the days, might have been Asteroids. You know, I like the Defender too, but Asteroids, something about Asteroids, I was just, Maybe because it was just in the chicken shop. And I was, you know, we should just go there and just play that game inside that chicken shop all the time. My last meal, I mean, I really don't have an answer for that, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, it wouldn't be no pizza, none of that shit. But something that was good, something that just hooked up good, you know what I mean? That tasted real good. You know, I'm a fan of like all foods, you know what I mean? African food, fucking Jamaican food. And it could be either or, even soul food. I like soul food, mashed potatoes and corn and, you know, fried fish, some, you know what I mean, some broccoli, you know what I mean? Shit like that, like simple shit, you know what I mean? But, you know, it just long as the food probably was good, you know what I mean? And that's it. Blowing cream, hopefully this summer, like maybe like August or something like that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try to look for August, September, or maybe July, you know what I mean? But I think August might sound more reasonable if I could do it. I shouldn't even said it, because sometimes when I say a date, it don't never fuck around with me, but I gotta put it out, because I've been sitting on it for like, maybe like going on 3 years or something like that, you know what I mean, for a long time. And I got the MF Doom project coming. I think we're gonna probably drop that like around Halloween. I got the shit I just did for RZA, 12 Reasons to Die. That's coming in April. 12 Reasons to Die. This the shit I got with RZA, 12 Reasons to Die. It's it's a whole fucking movie, but it's an album though, from beginning to end and shit. You know what I mean? So that's different. It's different though. And we dropping the magazine for the next 6 months when it drops. Like every month there's gonna be like a short magazine, a short comic, should I say, comic book. You know what I mean? I'm in Canada right now. You know what I mean? I got my man Fury with me out here. You know what I mean? He got some shit with me on it called Moon Crickets, an album. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, it's Bananas, me, Cheeks, Styles, Killer Priest, and he got mad motherfuckers on it, you know what I mean? So watch out for Moon Crickets. They talking about it, you know what I mean? And I would love for it to happen. So they did. I spoke to RZA wants to do it, and he said that he was getting these other beats from real musicians, not nobody just making it in the beat machine. You know what I mean? He wants to go a different route because of the 20th anniversary, you know, like a real album with real music, not just samples and a bunch of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like real musicians playing shit. And I understand where he's coming from with it and stuff like that. But you know, we've been having a lot of, not saying bad luck, but just a lot of like disagreements. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of times we ain't really had too many Wu records and this and that, and you know, a lot of and hopefully this year we can just get through that and just give it to the people and see what's up. But it gotta be right though. If it's not right, yeah, I apologize. You know what I mean? If it's not right, you know what I mean? You know, I don't think trying to do an album in 30 days or is I mean, not saying it cannot be done, but I gotta see it. You know what I mean? Really. But if it's not where I say, not saying I'm the best one in my crew, but I have a good ear, and it just has to be real quality music for the people so they can enjoy it if this is gonna be a last go round. You know what I mean? I don't know. I believe we can make more albums. I believe, like, as a whole, Wu-Tang, I don't think if we do this 20th anniversary, I don't think this is gonna be like the last album. I know that my brothers will come back together and they could do it again. You know what I mean? It's just, you just gotta just go in there and just do it and fuck everything else. You know what I mean? But this one has to be right. And even if it's not on that date, you know what I mean? If we don't make that date for November, when the 20th anniversary comes, even if it comes in December or January, yo, listen, man, this is it, because it's still 20 years. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I'm on it. Don't rush it. Yeah, it's true. That's true. I ran into him. You know, I kind of like, you know, because when I was 20, in my mid-20s, you know, I was running around doing a bunch of dumb shit. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I never hated Biggie or nothing like that. You know what I mean? He was a genius. But you know, but when you young, running around just doing shit, you just be saying shit. Yo, you know what I mean? For no reason, really, because you just young. You know what I mean? I done been in that. I've been in a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Whatever. But you know, it took me like around a good 2 years to be like, yo, man. Yo, fuck all that bullshit. You know what I mean? That man is a fucking. You know what I mean? Yo, he's a genius, B. Do so. I seen him, and then the next day, it was it. You know what I mean? So I bumped into him in L.A., but the next day was like, it was over with. God bless him. You know, we still love him. You know what I mean? And you know, let's carry that torch for him. Yeah. Nah, no more weed. No more weed. To cut the weed out, I made the decision. You know, I was doing these fucking albums and shit. And the motherfuckers was just taking too long to do. Like my last one, my Pretty Tony one, took me like fucking 18 months to do an album. But I just kept going to the studio, and I'd be like, I'll just go there for like 15 minutes at like 10 o'clock at night. Couldn't even do what I wanted to do. Like my mind was just on stuck. And I'd be like, all right, I'll come back tomorrow. I kept saying that almost like every day, and this record company was wasting like $2,500 a day on me with me doing nothing. You know what I mean? And I said, yo, you know what? I gotta give it up. This is it. You know what I mean? And I added how many blunts I was smoking. I was smoking like 5 blunts a day. No dirt, good shit. You know what I mean? But I'm adding it up, like how much is that a fucking week? So if I'm doing 5 a day, that's like 7 days a week, that's 35 blunts a fucking week. That's too fucking much weed to be smoking. You know what I mean? So then I times it about a year, and that shit came out to like maybe like, I forgot what it was. My message to the youth, man, is like, yo, look inside yourself, man. Everything you see is not always real, man. Everything you see is not real. You know what I mean? It's, you know, a lot of us is living by the illusion and getting caught up. You know what I mean? Even in rap music. It's like, it's not all real. It's not real, B. This is something that we do to feed our families. You know what I mean? Some people do it because they think they the shit and the hard rock. It's like, man, the motherfuckers ain't, all the hard rocks is dead and in jail or on their way in. You know what I mean? To go to either or. You know what I mean? And a lot of these kids is just like, they glorifying it. And then at the same time, we don't really have nothing to look up to and stuff like that, but it's like everybody's not a gangster, man. Everybody's not a gangster. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a poet. So when I write this for me, then for the fans. You know what I mean? If I don't really like it that much, most 9 out of 10 times I won't give it to the fans. I'm my worst critic. But it's like, we gotta stop this violent shit. You know what I mean? It's too much violence. And you know, I just been in Chicago and they just killed this little girl for nothing. And it's like, you know, you got these little kids going to school, killing, you know what I mean, doing everything in schools, and it's like, yo, it just gets too much. But I kind of realized something, because these little kids, I mean, even the dudes that's doing it, the people that's shooting, it's like, a lot of them doing it for no reason at all. You know what I mean? And I think that comes from their parents. You know what I mean? Because now you got young parents having these little babies. You know what I mean? People getting pregnant at 18 years old but having babies, but they're not even really adult themselves, because they don't even know how to raise their own self. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think it's based on that, and I think it's based on the fact that they don't have no spiritual guidance. You know what I mean? So they're not afraid of anything. Not afraid of anything. You know what I mean? See, me, I'm a spiritual person. It's like, I went through that phase, but not as heavy as the kids now, because they don't got no respect or nothing. When I was young, I couldn't curse in front of one of the elder ladies in the building and stuff like that. I held the door and this and that, even though I could sell my drugs outside, but it was respected. It was none of that shit. You know what I mean? But it's like, these kids now is no spiritual guidance. It's like, you know, like they don't know God. If you knew God straight up and you had a personal relationship, you'll be scared to death, because you know what your penalty is gonna be. See, you gotta realize on earth, this is just a trial. It's a trial, you know what I mean, that we're going through this, you know what I mean? Like, you can't let your scale, your bad outweigh your good. Because for everything we do here, we're gonna get judged for it. We're gonna get judged for it. Good or bad. We gotta remember there's 2 angels on your shoulders at all times, writing everything down. Even what you think, You getting it, you know what I mean? It's getting written. You know what I mean? So, but these people, these babies, they don't believe in the higher being like that. You know what I mean? And it's the senses, like I said, there's no spiritual guidance. So that just leads them to be like, oh, you know, to do whatever they want to do. Like, how you gonna go around just killing people without knowing like that's gonna come back to you? And it might not come back to you physically right here on earth. It could come back to your brother. It could come back to your mother. It could come back to your kids. You feel me? But it's gonna come back, yo. And this what these babies, these guys gotta, you know, right now it's a war between God and the devil, man. And the devil is just doing his job, so you can't even get mad at the devil. Cause that's what he came to do. But you don't gotta be a follower. You know what I mean? If you had a choice to choose that what gang you gonna go to, I'm gonna go to the God gang. Because love always overcomes hate any day. And God is love. You know what I mean? The devil is hate. So I go on the right side. I let the left side just, you know what I mean? Fuck all that. But I know now. And if I ever try to go out of my element and be something else, I'm gonna be beaten with many stripes. My penalty is gonna be double hard because I know the truth. These guys don't know the truth. You feel me? So they're not gonna be held accountable for what they don't know. You know what I mean? So it's just simple as that, yo. You know, I'll give them lots of, I'll be like, yo, man, find yourself. Ask questions. Damn, how did I really get here? Who made me? Where do I come from? They need those kind of questions, like, you know, like, how do I handle certain situations? Like, cause there is a way. There's a way. You just gotta look for it. And that's why I always thank God every day, because it's like, you can never get enough of thanking him. Because at the end of this interview, I could have a heart attack, B. I could have had a heart attack in the middle of the interview. You could have had it. But God still spared you. Every day your fucking heart is beating and beating and beating and beating, and it's like, yo, you might live to be 90. That's not a miracle to you? To you to wake up and still be beating every day? You ain't guaranteed, like you gotta fuck around and have a heartbeat every day. That's why they say nothing's promised to you. You know what I mean? You came here without getting hit by a bus. I came here without getting hit by a bus or a car or a brick just falling off a building out of nowhere and just dropped on my fucking head. You know what I mean? So I survived it here. Am I gonna survive to the morning? Only God knows. But everything is a blessing. That's why they say you can never thank him but so many times. Even a half a second ago that just passed, I'm supposed to thank him right there for that. But it'll be too much. Too much. And it's never too much for God, but yo, you go insane for everything, you know what I mean? That's why I pray over my food. I pray after I finish because I ain't choke. Thank you, Father. I'm good. You know what I mean? Let me go do your deed now. That's where I'm at with mines. You know what I mean? I'm out there with mines. Let me go do my deed for you. What you need me to do? What you need me to feed the people? Want me to feed that bird over there? What you want me to do? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't even kill insects no more, yo. Because they got life, man. That's life. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers be forgetting. It's like you get so deep sometimes. It's like, yo, man, you in space right now. You forgetting that you motherfucking in space. We don't gotta look up there to look up at space. Motherfucker, you in space. Gravitation is just holding you down right now. You know what I mean? So we here with all the other planets, B. So, but people don't use their mind to think like that. They don't think like that. So that's why I say, yo, man, to the younger generation, man, to the people that's out there right now, man, it's just like, yo, man, just have a strong belief, man. Look for that you know what I mean, that higher power, you know what I mean, which is God. And whatever you believe in, you can believe in this God or that God, or that God is just one. He's one, you know what I mean? And he has many names, 99 names, you know what I mean, of God. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, man, just find yourself. Find yourself, man. And that's the jewel that I would just give to the people. Like, you know what I mean? Don't give up, though. Because sometimes you might get discouraged and, you know, because God will put you through something so devious. You might lose your mother. You might lose your girl. You know what I mean? But you know what? He's bringing you through that to make you come out a better person. You know what I mean? Every disappointment is a blessing, but sometimes we be thinking like we got bad luck and this and that and the third, yo. And we bring a lot of that shit onto ourselves because you're not moving right. You know what I mean? But sometimes God will test you. You might lose your house, nigga. You might lose your food, hunger, and have you starving and shit. But you know what, man? This is what he had for you. That was up for you to still, don't give up on that faith. Still move how you move, but move positively, and you'll escape that shit. Even if it take you fucking 2 or 3 years, man. You know what I mean? Don't just because for the time being, if you feeling like you fucked up in the game and you can't do nothing, it's like, yo, it's not over, man. You got tomorrow, you still living. As long as you breathing, he gave you another blessing and another chance, yo. And we always go through that shit. I go through rough times, mad times in a year. But you know what, man? It's all good, yo. I be telling them, I say, God, bring it on. That's all you. That's all you got. Like, can I finish with the hard times for right now? Until, you know what I mean? Until, cause you know he only could give you what you can handle. If you can't handle it, God will never give it to you. You know what I mean? And he tests the believers more than he tested the non-believers. You know what I mean? We struggle more. All the prophets struggled more because they believe so much. But since you believe so much, I'm gonna hit you with that burden and that burden and that burden. Let me see you. Let me see what you're gonna do after that. But if you still there with him, man, and never turned your back on him, man, he good, man. God is beautiful, B. That's all I got to say, man. So I just wish the kids are, you know what I mean, get they weight up and look into, you know, they God, man. God is real. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. He's the best at all. You know what I mean? And you're gonna meet Jamaica again after you done here. So I advise you to do right and put your credit, let your credit, your good credit, let it accumulate and just go up and up. So when it's time for you to get judged, you ain't gotta be like, oh shit, well your bad scale weigh more than your good scale. You know what I mean? Because if your bad weigh more than your good, you know, you're gonna have to do some time in hell for a minute. You know what I mean? And that's not a good place, the way I read hells. You know what I mean? The hells that he got for us. It's not just one hell, there's a lot of hells, different hells. You know what I mean? And different heavens too. You know what I mean? Because we all can't share the same heaven. That's how he got it. You know what I mean? Because you got people that did way more good than what you did. We can't, you know, God is a merciful God, yo. He know what he doing, so. And that's it, man.
Thank you,
Love is love. Yeah, man. Always. Yeah, man. Oh, man, you just gotta study the tape, man.
Why the fuck you, this mortality shit, nigga? Fuck is wrong with you? This shit, I wouldn't be able to eat shit, I'd be scared. I'm about to die. It's like, I'm on death row. That's what they give you at death row, right? Your last meal, right? Yeah. So damn, I'm going to death row, nigga? If I'm on death row, you know what I'm telling that I want to eat before I die? I want to eat some pussy before I die. How about that? Can you bring a bitch in there?